Love holds no grievances. This is a lesson out of the Course in Miracles, but I wanted to talk about it today because this is where we get stuck the most, is the idea that we can hold resentment or grievance or even some kind of guilt or sin towards somebody else in this world, regardless if it's someone we know or someone we've never even met. Now, I get that this world is full of a lot of people. There's a lot of things going on as we're observing it. So it's real easy to look out at that world and say, I don't agree with that. I don't like that. That doesn't make me feel very, very good. Now, can I convince you that the reason when you look out at the world and you observe it and it doesn't make you feel good is not because of what you see? And this is the trick, because there's a hidden side that we don't always recognize, because the body mind, that ego mind, cannot see it. They can't see the other side. Now, when you look out at the world and you see something you don't like, regardless if it's someone else or some situation or circumstance, the reason you don't like it is because you are judging it in a way that you don't like. In other words, you're looking at it and saying, I don't agree with that, and I don't appreciate that, and I'm not having fun with that. And your inner being, your soul, which is inside from within, is saying, there's something bigger here that you can't see. So therefore, I'm not going to dismiss it just yet. There's a lesson to be learned. If it's something you don't like, there's a lesson in there for you to learn. If it's something that upsets you, then there's something to be learned from it. So now it says, if you can find something positive in it and find some kind of benefit from it, then that lesson, that clarity will expose itself to you. So therefore it holds that light for you so you can join that positive light of your inner being and look at that circumstance or situation or person in a different way. It will never join you and say, you are right. That person is guilty. When Jesus walked this earth, the major thing that he was saying, what he was really broadcasting to everybody, was there was no guilt. And that sin was impossible, because sin automatically implies permanency, and there's no permanency. And if there's no permanency, because we're all kind of temporarily just becoming new personalities, so to speak, but within a permanent soul that we are, kind of like if we were playing a game and playing a part, but yet we're still who we actually are, then you cannot take the temporary part that someone is playing and see it as permanent. And that would be sin, you see. So there's no sin. There never was. And this is why if you look out at others and you don't like them and you don't agree with them, it comes back to you in the form of guilt. And that guilt causes you and that light, you and your higher perspective or inner being, to have conflicting perspectives. Do you understand? And this is the key. When you have a conflicting perspective because you are seeing something that your inner being does not agree with, simply because it can see it from a bigger way than you can, then you create resistance within your mind. And now that giving and receiving energy starts slowing down, and we start becoming afraid of what comes in. So our receiving energy that wants to come in, which is the beautiful energy, by the way, that's the energy we all want on. In Tai Chi, it's that flowing energy coming through the center, coming out. You see, and same thing in the world, this energy that wants to flow in. You ever watch someone play the piano? And they're so light and beautiful. Ba, ba, ba. That's because it's coming from within their center, not their fingers. You see, so music, singing, you'll see this energy of an inside energy really exposing itself in order to give, in order to receive. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And we have the ability to do it much more than we do. However, what happens is because we don't trust the world, and we don't trust others, and we don't trust our life, that we won't allow it in. And now that allowing aspect, that receiving aspect of our life is kind of closed down. Can you feel it? We go around the world and things are kind of pushing against us a little bit. Whenever something pushes against you in your mind, in your energy, it's always because of your judgment of it, never the judgment of that judging you. There's no judgment coming back to you, but there is a judgment coming from you. And that's the key. And the more you recognize this, the more you'll see that, yes, the journey is to heal yourself. I need to love me. I need to appreciate me. I need to be there for myself. That's a big deal, because every time you love yourself, you love your inner being. And every time you appreciate yourself, you appreciate your inner being. But make no mistake that when you love, if you say, I love me, you are saying, I love the sonship. That means all of us. There's no separation. We've heard this. There's no separation between us all. What I see in myself, I see in every single soul, everywhere. That's the law. The one is the all and the all is one. And the more we go with that law, instead of trying to conflict the law and create separation and comparison, our lives will become much more smooth. And the way to do it is by recognizing that the people out there, although there are those that do not understand who they are, so therefore they are acting somewhat insanely, perhaps even inflicting harm or hate on others, but they are still our brothers and sisters. And that's what Jesus was really trying to explain. And it's not even a religious thing or a Jesus thing. It's a truth of our being. If we are one, and we are, then how can we hate a part of us? That would be like me trying to pull my finger off. I don't like you. But at the same time, Tai Chi teaches me that I can take all these fingers, and music teaches as well. A lot of things dance. We can use all the pieces to serve the whole. And imagine if you can take your life and all those pieces out there and all the different things that are going on and serve your one whole center in the terms of love, abundance, prosperity, fun, and joy. Wouldn't that be awesome if all the things in your life kind of served this idea for yourself? That synchronized way of living? I can assure you it's possible and it's true and it's your real self. But as long as we're pushing against the pieces, and this includes each person in your life, no matter where it's coming from, then we will cut up that whole, that synchronized part of our life into pieces. Does that make sense? And then push them against each other through comparison and judgment. So I implore you, we have to find a way to forgive. That's why forgiveness is the answer to all things. Forgiveness is bringing all those pieces back together. I've learned in my life, I walk around, I meet people, I talk to people, I see them as myself, and I say, not what can I get from them, but what can I receive from them? There's a difference. You walk in needing something from someone, then that's where your focus is going to be. If they don't give it to you, you're not going to be happy, and we're going to blame them. But I know each person has something that I can receive from. I know that everything has something I can receive from. And it's such a beautiful thing when you walk down the street and you can even look at a rock and say, what can I receive from you? You have a gift. Because every single thing in this world, if you can focus on it in a way of love and appreciation, has a gift for you. Wouldn't that be awesome if everything was just giving you a gift over and over and over as all the pieces come together to serve you? Everything flowing to you easily, the right people, the right situations, the right circumstances, money, business, whatever it is, relationships, everything seems to start flowing through your center simply because we love and appreciate only. We just don't see the other part anymore. And the key is to understand that you will always be able to see that which is missing and that which you want. But you'll never see them together. So if you're seeing something missing in someone, you can see something you want. I promise you. It's like hidden. It's hidden underneath. And if we're looking at what's missing, we won't see it. But if you see something missing, you say, I know there's something there. I know I can receive something from that. That's a selfish act. You are now a selfish creator. I'm going to find something I enjoy and find something I want and find something that's going to serve me and not see something that's missing or something I don't like. Do you see? Those two options are always on the table. And you start flipping everything around in your life to see only what you want to see instead of what you don't, even in certain situations where you feel like you can't. It's got to be there. I assure you, it has to be there. Every particle of the universe holds these two parts. And the more you understand that, the more, it's almost like that game where you hit it starts green and you hit it and turns red and here it turns red. That's what happens. The whole world shifts. And now everywhere you look, all you see is things you want to receive, no matter where you go. Wouldn't that be a much better life? You don't see what's missing anymore. The world completely changes simply because you've made a decision by recognizing the truth, by recognizing that you can see as your ego sees, which is missing, lacking, problems. You see, which closes down the energy, by the way. It tries to stop the energy and move us against the current of our life. Or we can see, fun, joy, maybe something to learn, something to let go of. If it's negative emotion we're feeling, we can let go of something to release it in order to allow our inner being in more. There's always something for us to receive that's positive and that benefits us from every single situation. And if it's someone out there that is going through some harm, we can teach them. We can be there for them. We can support them. We can love them as we love ourselves. And we will give to them and give to ourselves. And if it's someone that is inflicting harm and someone that is lost, you can still send them love and appreciation and know that all will be well eventually, even if it's not now. And you will give that back to yourself. But it's got to be a complete circuit. We can't say, I hate you, because then that comes back to you. I don't like you. That comes back to you. You see, that's the idea. That's the key to all of this. We have to be strong. We have to be brave and courageous and recognize that forgiveness first. Forgiveness needs to be first because love, which is what we all are, holds no grievances, never, ever blames, and never sees guilt or sin. It sees forgiveness, which turns into innocence and grace. Just immediately it says, I'm seeing something guilty in them. How can I flip it? How can I see something that I like? How can I receive from that? How can I learn from that? How can I find something positive in that? How can I find something to benefit me? And that's the game. And when you become a master of that, now you're in the present moment. The past will fall away. The future will be given over to your source. And now wherever you go, you'll be flipping these images, flipping these things. And I'm going to receive, I'm going to receive, I'm going to receive. Don't you want to receive this life? Receive life. Allow life to flow. And as you receive the world, as you forgive the world, you forgive yourself. And as you love the world, you love yourself. As you appreciate the world and others, you appreciate yourself. And you appreciate your source. And now that light can flow through you more and more and more and more. And the best part is, for each one of those people you forgive, you give them the opportunity to forgive themselves. Give them the opportunity to forgive themselves too. No longer holding things over their head based on past, based on misunderstandings, based on congested energy inside them that turns into hate. We hold a light of love, as Jesus did. We hold a light of forgiveness and innocence. This is the only way out, is to go back in. Does that make sense? Forgiveness first and foremost. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you. Much, much love to each one of you. As always, it is up to you what you receive. Thank you for allowing me to receive this back for myself. Hit the like button if it's speaking to you. Subscribe. And as always, my unconditional love and appreciation.